petty, petty. Most of these bitches is 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 petty. Most of these petty. Most of these bitches is petty. 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 Most of these bitches is petty.
Bitch! Yes, it's your girl Petty Paige back at it again with yet another video for you hoes. Okay, so today I'm with a special guest. I'm with my mum.
Hi.
Hi, this is Momma Petty. Now you've probably seen her in a video in the past, but actually that video got taken down. It was a Daddy of 5 video from like literally 4 years ago. Oh. She's just come over for a couple of days just to help me nest and all that kind of stuff. As you guys know, I'm pregnant, so we're in the final stages, not long. I'm actually sat here with my TENS machine on full blast because Braxton Hicks, yo. That being said, today we are going to be talking about Gabbie Hanna because for some reason, in my Rich Lux voice, I can't get a day off to save my life. Basically, Gabbie Hanna has tweeted and deleted something that I think is actually disgusting and shocking. Now, my mum has been keeping up with the Gabbie Hanna drama from start to finish. She is definitely a drama channel fan, in like period point blank. So
we're just nosy, really.
Nosy. So we're just gonna talk about basically what it is that she tweeted and deleted, because I was like, when I first got this tweet, I was like, is this even real? Because this seems like such a stupid thing for somebody to have tweeted.
At this point in what's been happening, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire that's already started.
So this apparently happened at 5:04 p.m. in US time. I don't know what time it is over here. And basically Gabbie Hanna tweeted the following. This is what Gabbie Hanna had to say. Reminiscing about the time a YouTuber told me a man R-worded her friend and then asked her to do a collab, so she did, and she never spoke to me again. But DM'd a bunch of drama channels to tell them that I'm crazy in case I ever told someone. So if you don't know about the Jessie Smiles situation, there is a plethora of videos on YouTube. If you just search Gabbie Hanna and Jessie Smiles, you'll be able to find literally anything in regards to that. I'm not going to delve into the situation because it's a pretty traumatic sort of story. She's not saying it's directly Jessie Smiles that did it, it's somebody else who did it on Jessie Smiles' behalf. Went around a bunch of drama channels and then told them that, you know, that she was crazy just in case she ever told the truth.
Gabbie Hanna confuses me. There's a lot of does a lot of mess.
So what I remember from the Jessie Smiles Gabbie Hanna situation is that people brought it to Gabbie's attention that Gabbie had done a collaboration with the alleged perpetrator of the crime. And that's where things went left from there, because she was like adamant that nothing had gone on. And then she was like, well, you can't even really prove that anything. Like, she kind of became a bit more of an apologist for the perpetrator.
Because it made her look bad, and Gabbie Hanna cannot at any stage or at any time look bad.
Yeah.
So in order to protect herself, she'd rather dump even more on the victim.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what happened. And then that's when Jessie Smiles decided to make her video basically saying, listen, the perpetrator has admitted to the crime, they have pled guilty, they have made a public confession, and people such as yourself and Keemstar, who is another R-word apologist, people such as yourself and Keemstar keep dismissing what happened to me when I've probably got more proof than a lot of people, do you get what I mean, who are in these positions. And Gabbie just didn't like the way that it made her look, basically, because
it's all about Gabbie. Gabbie never really seems to show any form of empathy for anybody else unless it impacts her. She showed a little bit of empathy in the situation with the young lady that she copied her aesthetics thing. Do you know what I mean? The way she looked for her, the way she was dressing?
Bianca Devins.
Yes.
Yeah.
She showed what I see as empathy when she contacted the parents and spoke to them.
I thought she handled that well.
But I think she realised the seriousness of it, and maybe it was a little bit performative, because in every other circumstance she doesn't react like that.
Yeah.
If it's always about Gabbie.
Well, this was apparently a tweet and delete, and it was a very fast tweet and delete. So there's a lot of people. So what is her objective is my question.
She's playing with people now. I think she might...
Okay, first of all, before we get into that, right, do you believe that what Gabbie Hanna is going through, and like on a real, do you believe what she's going through is a mental health episode? Because this is where the area gets a little bit blurry for me, because I'm like, if it's a mental health episode, she, like everybody else, deserves help. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and condemn somebody over and over for the actions that they're exhibiting whilst not in a sane state. Do you understand what I mean? But at the same time, like, I'm looking at this Gabbie Hanna situation and I'm like, I'm finding it, especially with that tweet, I'm finding it now hard to have empathy for you at all, because now I'm just like,
being cruel.
Fuck you and fuck your mental health. Like, period. Somebody's gone through something. Like, this isn't about you having a mental health episode. This is now about you just being an arsehole. You can have a mental health episode and still be empathetic.
Okay. I think either way, she needs help. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It would take a particularly cruel type of manipulative person to do the things that she's been doing lately, hurting the number of people she's been hurting lately. And to be able to do that without any consideration for other people and the trauma that you might be putting them through, especially if they already have mental health issues, would make you a really psychopathic, right? So help is needed. Psychopaths need help. All right, this is my personal opinion. This is nothing to do with you, but I see Gabbie Hanna as somebody somebody that has been given all the opportunities in the world. She's crawled her way up the social ladder and is trying to stay there.
Trying to cling on to relevancy.
Yeah. She's sitting there with thoughts going in her head that, like, people like Trisha Paytas and you dastardly drama channels do not deserve the success you're having. You shouldn't be earning money. She should. She's the smart, intelligent, artsy and creative, and you are all bottom feeding leeches or untalented like Trisha Paytas is, and she feels that everybody's undeserving, and how dare they
that vibe as well.
Question Gabbie Hanna. She also thinks she's highly intelligent, which I'm not saying the woman is stupid, she isn't.
But she's not as intelligent.
But she's not as intelligent as she thinks she is.
Yeah.
I can identify when I'm sitting in the presence of genius, and that is not it. That is not it at all. She has an inflated ego about herself, and the whole thing that she's doing, if it is a manipulation tactics to raise her social standing, you have to be a particular kind of sick to be doing this kind of thing now, right? And if it isn't, you are still sick, because you're so far delusional, so far along the path of needing help and support that it's still a mental health issue. Either way you look at it, it's still a mental health issue. So I'm not saying that you have to tolerate it, or I'm not saying you don't have to say anything about it, but either way you can't deny there's something wrong. It is still mental health.
Okay, so then here's my question to you then. So we've got obviously a lot of drama channels and a lot of commentary channels now talking about Gabbie Hanna. Do you think that there's a point now of which we have to kind of lay off? Because at the end of the day, I'm still identifying right is right and wrong is wrong, and regardless of wherever you are in life, those two standards should still be applied to each and every human being. So for that reason, when I'm commentating on Gabbie Hanna, I will acknowledge the mental health situation.
That's fine.
But at the same time, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, you can still say that. Just because you've got mental health doesn't mean that you should be able to get away with bad behaviour.
But then
I can have mental health, If I physically hurt somebody, mental health or no mental health, they're not going to say in the court system, oh, I'm not going to punish you because you've got mental health. They will still punish you. It's how they treat you whilst punishing you that is different.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm
100%.
saying? So responsibility still has to be taken, even if you do have mental health issues. So I'm sorry, it's not an excuse. And the only time that empathy, as far as I'm concerned, really comes into it is when when she's being treated. Then you can say, when she goes into treatment, acknowledges, or somebody else are into treatment, you can acknowledge that she now needs help. But right now, she is the one destroying other people. She's the one hurting other people. People aren't
this is
trying
an
to
R-word
hurt
victim.
her.
Do you understand what I mean? An R-word victim with the perpetrator who has literally admitted to what it is that he's done. Do you get what I mean? That he did not get full acknowledged consensual consent from the individual it is that he R-worded, whether he thought he was R-wording her or not, right? And she's sitting there making herself the victim in that situation.
Because she would have looked like the disloyal bitch of a friend.
But she is. She already looks like that, so then what are you doing?
Yeah, but she's denying that. She's saying this other girl was, just being over dramatic and making it up and giving that kind of impression. That's the impression she gave in the community at the time, right? So that would make Gabbie Hanna seem like a really nasty person. Now the truth's come out, now that he's admitted it, now that he said he didn't get consent. And she ignored her friend in her friend's deepest time of need, hence showing that she actually doesn't care about anybody except herself. It frames her badly. And if anything I've learned while watching Gabbie Hanna is she can't take criticism, and she doesn't want to be seen as the baddie ever. She still wants to be the victim that's picked on. She uses everything she can find to make her the victim. It's never Gabbie's fault.
I am somebody who, not to toot my own horn, but beep the beep. I am so kind to people in my life.
And to me, it's so insane because just in October of 2019, she posted this tweet that says, people with good intentions don't need to remind you all the time they have good intentions. People with good hearts don't need to remind you they have good hearts. Honest people don't need to convince you they're honest. The loudest people usually have the most to hide. The irony is insane. I can't believe she doesn't see that.
My next question is if she's tweeting and deleting something of this nature, do you think that she's tweeting and deleting it because...
Before you even say anything, I think it was calculated.
Why?
Well, nobody mentioned that past situation.
Nobody!
No, that has not been brought
Nobody at all.
It still hasn't even been brought up within the current drama. People are stuck solely
on what's been happening
now. Do you know what I mean? And not dragging up the past with her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were concerned for her mental health, right? So nobody was doing that. She put it out there and then took it back very, very quickly. Either one or two things happened. Either she thought, oh, I've really overstepped the mark, or she did it on purpose to get attention.
I'm drama seeking, right? I started drama. I just want attention. Ah!
And this feels like attention. Because she had no time for backlash or anything. If she thought to do it, she would at least have given it time, waited for the backlash, and then withdrew it because she thought it was a clever idea. She thought it was a good idea. Do you know, you have to think about putting something up.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So she had time to think about putting it up. She had time to send it. When somebody thinks that's a good idea, they do it. Other people point out why this isn't a good idea and they retract it. People who put out things and take it away instantaneously are doing it for reaction.
I think that's all of the questions it is that I have for you. I just wanted to get a different perspective, especially seems like...
An old person's perspective.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but you said it.
What do you think? Apparently I'm not trendy.
No, No, well, you know what? You do take an interest in drama and drama topics and the things that's going on the internet. With
I don't always agree with
the influencers, and you don't always agree with it. She doesn't always agree with my opinions either, because we've had a plethora of different arguments about different YouTubers and what it is that they're doing online. But I thought it was interesting just to maybe get a different perspective than mine, because you guys know exactly how it is that I feel. I mean, I made a 1 hour, 10-minute video telling you how I feel. So I thought it would be good to get somebody else's
respectful,
perspective.
and that's the point. You can put the information out, but you do not need to go for the jugular, because you never ever know what somebody's going through.
100%.
You never ever know what they're going through.
I think we can all pretty much guess what Gabbie's going through though.
They always put the best foot forward on the internet. Yeah, I don't care. I'm the baddest bitch. Look at me. Yeah, but in reality, they're in a corner crawling up in a ball because they feel their whole life is falling apart.
Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much, Mum, for being in today's video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you like it, if you don't, I don't give a shit anyway.
Don't forget thumbs up. Forget it.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification with the bell so that you guys get a notification every single time that Paige posts new content. I'm really sorry it isn't in a normal format, but I knew that you guys prefer it when I'm actually in front of the camera rather than, like, you know, doing a voiceover. So I thought I'd bring my mum in and do it that way. So if you like it, if you enjoy it, if you want to see more videos of my mum, if she should create her own channel, tell me.
I'm half asleep, so if this video gets more than 2 views, I'd be happy for yourself, Paige. Just,
With that being said,
I'm
I hope
tired.
you guys... With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day or evening, whatever the F it is that you are doing. Today's positive affirmation. Do you have anything positive that you can tell people?
Love people the way you want to be loved.
Love people the way that you want to be loved. And until next time.
I love you.
And until next time, you beautiful, amazing, badass bitches. It's been Paige.
Bye.
I'm Momma Petty. Bye.
Most of these bitches is petty.